So I saw this video. Um, it says Odell Beckham Jr. cannot accept reality. I don't know what this means. I don't know. I actually don't know how old Odell is, but he's been in the league for a good little minute. I remember, was it 2016 or something when he made that iconic catch? Because that catch when I forgot who the quarterback name was, but we made that one hand catch. That boosted him. That just boosted everything about him. Okay, like it changed his life, okay. But I mean, his life was already good, but it just, fame wise. But let's see what this video talking about. 12 minutes. Let's do
Pro
it.
Bowl wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. is on waivers. I am told Beckham has a short list of teams that he would want to play for.
Wait, what did that say? Wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. has short list of teams he wants to play for on waivers until Monday.
I am told Beckham has a short list of teams that he would want to play for. The focus for Beckham is to land in the right situation. He's on.
3 years ago, Odell Beckham Jr.'s father liked a video that showed how Baker Mayfield was missing his son when he was wide open down the field. This one video changed the careers of his son, Odell Beckham Jr., and Baker Mayfield completely. Baker Mayfield had a completely new narrative shaped around him, whereas his son went on to win a Super Bowl with the Los Angeles Rams. And now 3 years later, OBJ's career has completely changed. And it seems like yet again, another team has given up on him. So we need to ask the question, is
Miami?
this the end of Odell Beckham Jr. and what can we expect from him?
I'm telling you, I would not be surprised if he retires soon. Okay.
Here on out. Before we get to the content, we are 15,000 subscribers away from 1 million subscribers. So make sure you subscribe and turn on our notifications to help us get to that goal. And now that we get all of that out of the way,
Yeah, man, subscribe to him and me, please. I'm not excited to really beg, but that'll be wonderful. I'm not gonna lie, if you like the content. But yeah.
work.
An honest question: who y'all got going to the Super Bowl? In y'all's humble opinion, yeah, obviously KC. I think it's gonna be KC versus Detroit. Respectfully, it's either gonna be KC versus Detroit or KC versus Buffalo, guaranteed. Like without a doubt.
We made money the last 2 times we got a free square, and now Prize Picks is giving us one.
Yabba dabba doo.
My Instagram story at the Flight Mike and Snapchat Flight Mike Snap. If you want to take advantage of this promo, click on the entry of $5. What's going on, everybody? For a span of 4 years, Odell Beckham Jr. was the most iconic and marketable wide receiver in the entire NFL. Whether it's his rivalry with Josh Norman in the earlier part of his career, or that incredible one-handed catch he had over Brandon Carr versus
that catch,
the Dallas.
This catch right here changed his whole life, bro. Like, this catch was so crazy. How do you even catch that? When I tell you his arm is like he back here. He not even looking at the football. He just threw his arm up and just tried to catch it and caught that bit with one hand.
As Cowboys, Odell Beckham Jr. gave us 3 1,000-yard receiving seasons with the New York Giants and was without a doubt the highlight of the New York Giants for about 3 seasons, where he was able to become a Pro Bowler and an All-Pro. He'd get a contract extension shortly after, before David Gettleman decided to trade him to the Cleveland Browns. And this is where OBJ's career begins to fall off a little bit. In 2019, he teamed up with Baker Mayfield and put together a respectable season statistically, even though Freddie Kitchens had clearly no idea how to use him. But after that, OBJ's career got very bumpy very quickly. In 2020, he got injured with the Cleveland Browns and wasn't able to play a full season. And in 2021, he indirectly called out his quarterback, Baker Mayfield, for not ever being able to find him when he's wide open deep. As a result, the Cleveland Browns would release OBJ, and everybody started having questions about Baker Mayfield. And it seems like a few years later, the narrative about these two is completely different. I mean, at the time, OBJ joined the Los Angeles Rams and made a minor dent in the Super Bowl.
I would never forget this Super Bowl, bro. This shit got me so tired. I was in Tennessee. I mean, I was bragging so hard online because I'm a Cincinnati fan just because of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and T Higgins. I follow him too. But I was bragging so much on IG talking about some. Now Cincinnati gonna whoop the Rams, this, that, and third, and they lost, bro. I was so tight. Everybody was killing me, bro. Like they was hitting me up talking about something. What happened? What happened? I thought they were gonna win. I was like, bro. I ain't lie. I put my shit on do not disturb, bro. I was like, fuck that. Fuck that, man. We was at my uncle's house, bro, cause he has like a whole theater with big TV, bro. I'm telling you, it was such a vibe, bro. I would never forget that. But I'm gonna start vlogging, bro. I'm gonna get a camera. I'm gonna try to get a camera this Christmas. Hopefully I get one. It's not guaranteed. Hopefully though, I'm gonna try to get one. And I'm gonna start vlogging shit for y'all. Like I just came back from Tennessee too. That was a movie, low key, man. Telling you, I'm gonna start vlogging.
Okay. Was a huge,
but this shit blew me, bro. I was tight, bro. I was mad. That was a great Super Bowl though. That halftime performance with Snoop Dogg. Who else? Who else was on there? Eminem. Was Beyonce on there? I don't know. But that Super Bowl was crazy.
Super Bowl run. But as a result of tearing his ACL in the Super Bowl, OBJ entered a very unique free agency. You see, this is the second time he had an issue with his ACL, and he clearly wasn't going to be able to play football until the 2023 season. But that never stopped the melodramatic Odell Beckham Jr. from flirting with the Dallas Cowboys for multiple months on end. In one of the most nauseating stories I think I've ever covered, OBJ was spotted being courted by the Dallas Cowboys. Micah Parsons took him to a Dallas Mavericks game. When he arrived at the game, all of Dallas chanted OBJ's name. OBJ.
Why they chant his name like that?
Only for him to reveal to us that he was not going to be capable of playing football until the very next year, which was gut-wrenching to Cowboy fans because we really believed 2022 was going to be our year, and it's not like we say that each and every year. The Cowboys inevitably signed T.Y. Hilton over OBJ, and during the offseason, OBJ would sign with the Baltimore Ravens. Now, this was OBJ's last chance to prove to us that he is a wide receiver one, as he pretty much signed a prove-it deal with the Baltimore Ravens, a 1-year, $15 million contract. And in that 1 year,
crazy for one season, not even 1 year, one season to play football, the game that you love, you get $15 million from it. 1 year, $15 million. Like, that's just insane. That's why I'm telling you, I'm not even gonna get into that, bro. If my genetics was like better, like my height and stuff, because I have a good build. It's just I'm just short. I'm like 5'4", 5'5".
He was
he ain't
okay.
getting nowhere in sports.
I mean, he wasn't $15 million good, but he started in 6 games, played in 14 games in totality, brought in 35 receptions for 565 yards and 3 touchdowns. Solid numbers for a wide receiver 3, but not necessarily someone you'd give big money to. And I think this is where OBJ kind of shoots himself in the foot, because he keeps hopping from team to team to team, and even when a team knows how to utilize him correctly, he'd always try to leave for greener pastures, perceiving himself as the same prime version of himself as he was.
To be honest, I low-key forgot that he was in the NFL. Like, I'm not even bullshitting. I literally forgot. Because he kept on going from team to team to team to team. And I was just like, what team does he play for? I know, like, I heard that he's still in the NFL. But I'm just like, I've never seen him play before. And I've come to find out he played for Miami. I'm just like, what? I was like, Miami?
About a decade ago. And don't get me wrong, OBJ on the Giants was absolutely electric. I do periodically meme the fact that he turned 1 catch into a career, but if I'm taking my posting on X aside, I have to admit, man, this guy had 5 1,000-yard plus wide receiving seasons. They just never really translated to anything meaningful in the postseason. And by the time he was able to win a Super Bowl, he wasn't necessarily the wide receiver 1 for the Rams. So more recently, after a okay season with the Ravens, he decided to leave to join the Miami Dolphins, which I could understand the philosophy here, because last year the Miami Dolphins were one of the most prolific offenses in the entire NFL. Tua Tagovailoa threw for 4,624 passing yards.
Man, Miami, I mean, they decent this season, but like, bro, it's nothing compared to what they did last season. Last season. Crazy.
Completed 69% of his passes. Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill had incredible seasons for themselves. Jalen Waddle has been a 1,000 plus yard receiver in each and every season that he's been in the NFL, although that streak might be in jeopardy this year. Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill both combined for nearly 2,900 yards last year, so I could understand the philosophy in regards to joining the Miami Dolphins as the wide receiver 3. At the very minimum, you're gonna have a good time in Miami, joining a playoff contender that has a prolific rushing attack, a great passing attack, and all that needs to happen is you need to play in warm weather and against a crappy team, and Tua needs to stay healthy. And unfortunately for Miami, those haven't been consistently happening this year. Tua got injured in the beginning of the season. The Miami Dolphins have had a much tougher schedule this season as opposed to previous seasons, and they've had plenty of cold weather games as well. And as a result of the Miami Dolphins not really being able to figure out their team chemistry throughout the year, OBJ was not featured in this offense at all. He was targeted 18 times for 9 receptions.
That's crazy. Targeted 18. Damn.
Receptions and 55 yards. And he clearly wasn't happy about it. He called out the Dolphins throughout the year, and now the Miami Dolphins decided that enough is enough. So according to Ian Rappaport, Odell Beckham Jr. was released by the Miami Dolphins. Eventually he would hit waivers, but no team was really willing to claim him, which is very significant when you consider the fact that OBJ only signed a 1-year, $3 million contract with the Dolphins. So the fact that no one wants to claim that is very telling about OBJ's value in the NFL right now. Now, the craziest part about this isn't stopping OBJ from presenting himself as the superstar wide receiver that he was a decade ago, because look at what his team told the NFL Network.
Eight-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. is on waivers after mutually parting ways with the Dolphins on Friday. And just like 3 years ago when he cleared waivers, signed with the Rams, and ended up winning a Super Bowl, I am told Beckham has a short list of teams that he would want to play.
Am I tripping? Oh, never mind. He played for Cleveland. I thought he played for Cincinnati. I was about to say, damn. But I'm trying to really think, like, what team could he really go to right now? It's not Atlanta, because we got Darnell Mooney, Drake London, we got Ray McLeod, and we got Hodge too, man. And crazy enough, I looked on IG, and the Atlanta Falcons page on Instagram said Michael Penix Jr. is a starter quarterback for now on. I was like, whoa. Whoa. Yo, Kirk gonna be tight. But he getting paid that bread though, so but that's not about this. But I'm trying to really think, what team could he really go to? Vegas? I think Vegas. Cause Vegas finna get Shador. The Giants is not finna get Shador, respectfully. I'm trying. He could slick go to Vegas. Cause they got Brock Bowers. They got never mind. What's his name just left? Yeah, I think Vegas.
Now, it's not entirely clear where that list begins and ends, though obviously there's a couple of teams that he's played with before that are in the playoff chase. One of them that currently has a situation you just mentioned with another one of its wide receivers. The focus for Beckham is to land in the right situation. He's on.
And it's just really sad to see, because I think he's completely delusional about his stock right now. I mean, I think Josina Anderson says it best. She says, while OBJ is expected to officially complete waivers today, considering how deep it is into the season and his most recent path, in my opinion, it would be best to let the process go by. This not only gives prospective teams more time to assess fit, but also permits a veteran player to choose the most stable situation to punctuate their career. And that's the thing. OBJ has always tried to chase the pot of gold on a multitude of different teams. Even when it worked out with the LA Rams and he was injured, he didn't want to sign a contract extension with the team that he won a Super Bowl with. And I think that's what always shoots OBJ in the foot, because the most likely scenario for OBJ right now is to join a contending team, probably have the same role he had with the Miami Dolphins as he will with this contending team, and then hit free agency and probably get another veteran minimum contract. Now look, man, obviously the Dolphins offense hasn't been been what it used to be last year, and I guess you could partially blame that on Tua, especially when his throwing with anticipation is predetermination over here. But just take a look at all the best case scenarios for OBJ, right? The prime candidate to sign Odell Beckham Jr. would probably be Baltimore. Baltimore is currently dealing with some issues with their newly acquired wide receiver Deontay Johnson. It got so bad that they needed to release the statement that says that they have mutually agreed with Deontay Johnson to excuse him from team activities this week. And when you consider the fact that OBJ has had tremendous chemistry with Lamar Jackson on the Baltimore Ravens, it seems like this would make a ton of sense for him, and clearly he still has the potential that he used to have. On top of that, Baltimore more or less has the same pieces in place. Yeah, Rashad Bateman has taken a larger role. Yeah, they have Derrick Henry now. You don't have to alter your offense too much to bring in a player that was on your roster last year. Now, another option could potentially be the LA Rams. If you guys remember, not too long ago, I made a video about the LA Rams potentially trading Cooper Kupp if they didn't win their nationally televised game on Thursday Night Football around that time. And it's kind of crazy because the best case scenario happened for the Rams. The Rams would go on this crazy win streak and have won 7 of their last 9 games. And we already know the NFC West is the wild, wild West, because take a look at these standings, bro. They're like so close. The Rams are currently at the top, but all the rest of the division is still in it. Obviously, some of these teams have more problems than others, but there's familiarity between Sean McVay and Odell Beckham Jr. The problem is Sean McVay hasn't really entertained this either. Sean McVay last week said he still loves Beckham, but that bringing him back wasn't a focus. On Monday, McVay says that it hasn't even been something the team has kicked around. That's not something we've talked about yet, according to Sean McVay. And honestly, if you are Sean McVay, I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze in bringing back Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, don't get me wrong, it might help to have some depth behind Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp in the event something happens to one of these two or both of them like it did in the beginning of the season, and that could be a great opportunity for Odell Beckham Jr. to show that he still has plenty left in the tank. Between them and the Baltimore Ravens, the other teams that are being thrown around are the Kansas City Chiefs, but
They have Xavier Worthy. What's his name? Person that just went there. What's his name? Devontae Adams went to the Jets. What's his name? I forgot. I think it's number 18 or some shit. I forgot. But they have him. Who else they have? Oh, Travis Kelce and the other tight end. I don't know.
Kansas City Chiefs have plenty of wide receivers like OBJ. This team has plenty of former high-end wide receivers that are trying to establish themselves, whether it's DeAndre Hopkins or
DeAndre Hopkins. I knew it.
Schuster. Then they recently drafted Xavier Worthy, and they're getting back Hollywood Brown. But then at the same time, Rashee Rice, Sky Moore, and Mecole Hardman are all on IR, so this could be another instance where a team that has championship expectations wants to pursue some more depth. And they recently released Clyde Edwards-Helaire, so maybe the Kansas City Chiefs could want to pursue OBJ. At the end of the day, I don't think this is a player that is going to move the needle very much. I think OBJ is pretty close to the end of his career, because at the end of the day, there's no point in signing a wide receiver that is just going to leave your team in about 3 months from now to pursue another team that might seem better on paper, but it never works out for him. Let me know in the comment section down below if you think this is the end of Odell Beckham Jr. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be really. I feel like he's gonna find a team. I don't know which team, but shit, he can go to the fucking Indiana Colts. Fuck it. But I don't know. I think he is. Cause he's a bad player. You know, he's still good. But yeah. That's the end of this video though. Shout out to Microphone. Like not microphone, but microphone. Shout out to him. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the video, turn notifications, and I'll see y'all next window. I'll holla at y'all boys. Be safe. Yeah. Bye.